today is all about horror games, and we're gonna go and start with this one. It's called Earl's Day Off. Really goofy, little indie horror game. I'm excited to try it out. But thank you, Danny. That's very sweet, man. I appreciate you. Very generous. We're just getting started, and Danny sent us to the raid. Guess I lost my wedding ring in the lake. Whoops. Yeah, don't come back until you find it. All right. Well, we don't want to leave the missus waiting for us. In some fish's gut by now, maybe. Look at that face. I have an excuse to do some fish. Hell of a way to spend my day off. All right, there we go. So that sets the stage. So we're looking for our wedding ring. And we have controls. That's nice. So, oh boy, move the... Whoa, crap. Okay. So, yes, aim to cast, hold left click, and then right click to reel it in. Cool. So... Oh, I get it. Okay, so yes, we can move the boat around. So, we're thinking it's in a fish right now. Like, a fish might have eaten it. Excuse me real quick. I'm gonna unplug my mouse. So, ignore the Windows unplug and plug back in notifications. That is not you, my friends. I promise that's me. It's happened a number of times where I'm watching a stream. Whoops. Where I'm watching a stream and somebody will do that. They'll unplug their mic or they'll unplug their mouse, and I think like, oh god, was that on my end? But thank you again, Danny. That's very sweet, man. I really appreciate that. Anybody coming in from Danny's stream, by the way, if anybody has any clips they'd like to share or any funny moments that happened during Danny's stream. Well, there we go. Get a nice little cursor. Let's see if that'll be good enough. Is that fish gonna recognize it? Seems like probably not. Yeah, if anybody from Danny's stream has any clips they want to share, or if Danny has mentioned like other things that he plans on streaming in the future, I'm definitely down for like learning more about what kinds of things Danny does on his stream. Yes, you see that? All right, we got him. Look at that nice polygonal fish. It's a good fish right there. Agreed. And Farsight with the nut dab. You got it, bud. Well, bam. What's up, buddy? Thank you, Mr. Farsight. Press E to continue. So we got a good fish, although I don't know if it's necessarily relevant. Oh, you can just back up. You can just back up the boat. Very good. So I think we're just looking for which fish would potentially have our wedding ring. Is that far enough? No, it is not. I gotta get closer. I'm assuming this is one of those things where if I get my boat too close, the fish will run away. Because years of playing Ocarina of Time and doing the fish minigame in that game has taught me all kinds of things about how to do polygonal fishing. Oh, these might be like texture fish. Yeah, I don't think those are like real fish. Those are like sprites. Here we go. That's a real fish right there. That's the fishiest fish I ever did lay my eyes on. Now, is he gonna notice me? So I gotta get closer. Kind of murky water, isn't it? Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah, we want to land it right in front of his face. In front of his fishy face. Yeah, you see that? Looks pretty tasty. You should definitely bite the lure. Yeah, I think he's... Can't really see what I'm doing. Has he bitten it? I don't think he's bite. There, wait. Yeah, now he's bitten it. He's on the other side. It's a little bit janky. Not a bad catch. It's a little flat and cardboard looking, but that's okay. Yeah, because when I think of Erdorf's design, I think less about 3D models and more about 2D super old school approaches. Let's go to this other side. I see there's like a whole larger lake over here. Let's see what this one's all about. Also, yeah, I don't have to move the boat super strictly. I can kind of do it this way. And move the dude independent of the boat. See, I'm gonna get a little bit closer. I keep parking too far away. A satisfying noise. Oh, we got him. Not the biggest fish, but I ain't complaining. Better wrap this up before it gets too dark. Okay, well, in that case, I think that's the game sign to say, alright, you've caught enough fish. Let's get the heck out of Dodge, except... Well, this thing is kind of close. That's a little weird. Is this the only way out? Oh, look at that! There's a key! Wow. Well, that's awfully ominous. Am I supposed to catch the key? I think I have to land... Yeah, I think I have to land the lure Here, let's try. Yeah, let's get closer. Let's get closer to this thing. I don't think the key is gonna swim away anytime soon. So there's a key under the water. Yeah, I think I have to fish it out. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. Here, maybe what I need to do is I should be like approaching from the side. So there was a way to zoom out because I can't really see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna get some distance. Yeah, it's like hard to see over the boat. There it is. Yeah, it's like as I look, I'm obscuring myself. Yeah, so we'll just kind of eyeball it. This might be a little bit silly. Yeah. That's okay. That's part of the experience. Part of the Earl's Day Off experience. I think we're pretty much lined up correctly. I just got to get the correct x-axis coordinate. Is that it? Not quite. We're a little bit short. And I know a thing or two about being a little bit short. Ooh, now we're way too far off. This is actually much harder than I thought it would be. Here we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Is that enough? Not quite. Man, you gotta really be on the money, don't you? I wonder if there's something that I need to sink it further. It almost seems like it's not going down deep enough. Oh, that's a good point too, Elgal. So yeah, maybe what I need to do is, yeah, like aim to reel into it. That's a really good point. Let's try that. It seems like we're not going deep enough. I wonder if there's another lure I can find. Here, let's do a couple things. Let's acknowledge that we need a key to open the gate. Right. Also, should I catch more fish while I'm at it? Why the heck not, right? Might as well. We like bopped him on the nose with that one. What do you mean? Oh wait, what did I say, Potato Prior? When I was talking about trying to get the the lure to line up. There we go, with the key. His eyes look familiar somehow. I can't look away, so says Earl. That's an odd thing to say. His eyes look familiar. There's an I'm trying to remember if I had seen this in previous playthroughs where like where the person playing needed a specific lure. Like again, not going to time. There was the sinking lure that you could use that would let you. There we go. That would let the lure like sink down easier into the water. So you could catch like deeper fish a lot easier. I'm gonna keep catching fish and see if something else develops, because I wonder if there's something to that. He's thinking about it. Being short in something. Oh, and I know a thing or two about being short. It's because I am short. It's because I'm a short dude. Come on. You know you want it, dude. Come on. He's thinking about it. Oh, now this other fish is looking at it. There we go. I like how they just attach. Nice looking bass, I tell you what. Heard a splash nearby, like something heavy fell into the water. Okay, so there's the key, of course, but there's got to be something else. So let's look for something heavy, because something heavy is kind of what we need right now. Let this be a lesson to you all, by the way. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, where you have an obvious goal, like that key, but you're not sure how to attain it, the key, or the solution rather, is to go fishing, or is to fish more, by the way, which is what I'm getting at. So if you're ever uncertain in life, if you're ever thinking to yourself, man, how do I accomplish this goal? There's an obvious thing in my way. Just do more fishing. And look at that, we landed right on it. That couldn't have been better. Now this is not really a lure. It's just a large lump of flesh. Huh. This thing's pretty heavy. I bet I'll it'll let my lure sink even deeper. That's right, that's right. So not exactly the most obvious sinking lure solution. I don't know if there's any established or esteemed fishermen or fisherwomen in the chat, but maybe you can confirm or deny that this is how it works. But it does let me go a lot deeper, so that's good. Let's get closer then. So we've had a fish whose eyes are eerily familiar, and now we have chunks of flesh being, like, yeeted by some unseen force. Let's see how generous. Oh, wow, it's not generous at all. I was gonna say, like, let's see how close we have to be. Looks like we have to be pretty gosh darn close. We'll kind of do it right there. I like what Elgaso was saying. Maybe, like, shoot past it a little bit. Oh, really? We're so close. Dang it. We're so close to greatness, so we just gotta tilt a little bit to the right. That should be good, right? Looks pretty solid. Hey, we got it. And of course, it's like an old school gigantic key. Look at the size of that thing. Key to the gate. I dropped this along with the ring, of course. Of course, it begs the question of, well, who would have dropped the key to begin with then? Or, not who would have dropped the key, who would have locked the gate to begin with? But it's run, I left that gate open, right. I thought the same thing, Earl. You know what, Earl, we got a couple fish along the way. I say we might as well take advantage of the situation. Get some extra fishing time in, why the hell not? And they just attach so cleanly. Still no ring, I must have gotten gone further into the lake. Okay. We have got this ominous Silent Hill fog, which is not at all creepy. Another key, by the way. Odd that we would just leave these keys lying around, but alright. So same strat. Well, let's land it kind of a little bit past. And then, there we go. First try, couldn't have been easier, right? You caught another key. Must have dropped this one too, question mark? So still looking for whichever fish would have, yeah, another gate. Was this gate always here? So maybe there'll be an obvious fish that has our ring then. Our lake is huge. It's probably in the deepest parts, so saith Earl. Well, we had that one fish earlier whose eyes were eerily familiar. I'm kind of curious if there's, like, other things that fishes might say. Well, the fishes won't say, but that we might comment on regarding the fishes. I also wonder if we'll need something that can sink even deeper. Although that's pretty deep. There we go, we got this bad boy. Just a whelp, a meaningless speck in the vastness of the lake, just like us. Earl, you feeling okay there, buddy? I think Earl's going through it right now. Fishing is supposed to be a positive thing, Earl. If it's making you have existential dread, you might want to reevaluate how your fishing strat is working. I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, I figure, like, escaping existential dread is the whole point of fishing. Not being reminded of it. And of course, even their faces are flat. I love it. Come on, bud. Would you like to attach yourself to my lure? Is that a euphemism, Alex? No, but it ought to be. There we go. I was gonna say, dude, don't be dainty. It's okay. It bit me. This fish has a mouth full of teeth. Oh my. So, we're starting to find piranhas in this freshwater lake. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Sink someone else's boat. This is gonna turn into Battleship very soon. Yeah, if this is supposed to be a horror game, it's not very scary yet, although it's more like weird and unsettling with, you know, fish biting people and the vastness of space being like being a reminder. I'm actually just gonna bring this back because that fish decided to run away from me. There we go. Not sure about the low poly stuff. Right, yeah, I'm kind of with you, guys, so it's kind of hit or miss. I do appreciate the aesthetic because it's what I grew up with, but when it's kind of like what we've talked about not too long ago, where sometimes when a game has an old school look, and that's all it has going for it, then it can only do so much. Like just having an old school look with mundane gameplay is not enough to carry it, so it's like it needs to be interesting. But yeah, but just from a purely aesthetic perspective, I do enjoy it when it is nostalgic, I suppose, for me. But yes, this one very much is leaning very heavily into, oh no, it's supposed to kind of look silly. It's almost like a parody. It's like a parody of a horror game and a parody of like PS1 era graphics. And do fish even eat rings? Am I wasting my time, right? Because we're looking for, I feel like I'm being watched, he says. We're looking for our wedding ring. He was thinking that, like, oh, I must have lost it while I was out fishing. Maybe one of the fish somehow ate it. So that's why we're fishing. We're fishing because we're looking for our wedding ring. But now we suspect we're being watched by something. Alright, and look at this guy instantly gravitating to... Oh, what in the world? This fish is making a sound like it's purring or growling. Can we see what's underneath our boat? I want to get like a better look at whatever that was. Here, let's like cast a further away line. There's another key down there, by the way. Allergic to video games, nostalgia. Yeah, that's the thing. It has to be like natural for me at least. Like if a game is trying too hard to appear nostalgic, then yeah, it does feel disingenuous, doesn't it? I think if there is, okay, now it's not there. Whatever that was. If it's like trying too hard, and if it's not doing anything interesting on its own, like if it's just trying to be emblematic of a particular game or a particular era, then yeah, it's not enough. It needs to do something unique. Like, what's it doing to add to the experience other than saying, hey, you remember this? Remember this cool game, or remember this era in gaming? Like, yeah, I remember it, but what are you bringing to the table? Like, what's the new cool hotness? So, like, I do appreciate it, at least at a surface level, but it needs to have staying power. Have you attached? I don't think he's attached yet. I think, there we go. I was gonna say, he's usually on the other side. The fish is crying? What kinds of fish are these? At this point, I'm more like interested in what is going on with these fish than I am about trying to find Earl's wedding ring. Priorities, right? There we go. The fish cowers away from me. It has seen something in the lake. Good luck with the fish. Thank you, Ogaso. I will fish to my heart's content. I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can get this key. But again, it's a little bit hard to see it. I think that's the point. I think it's supposed to be like one of the harder ones. Actually, I'm gonna line this up better. Gonna get a little bit closer too. I like that noise that it makes as you're casting the line. So let's see if we can let it sink far enough. Ooh, that might be a problem. It doesn't go deep enough. We might need more meat. And I don't say that very often when I'm fishing. Granted, I haven't been fishing in many moons. There's a fish over here. Yeah, I think what'll probably happen is we'll get another meat splash. Sometimes I've gotten the meat splashes if I, if I eat too much barbecue. Sometimes I get the meat splashes, but that's something else. Now we need another chunk of meat to let our lure sink deeper. So I need to wait for another. I need to fish until we get another prompt for that. Come on, bud. Gotta entice him. There we go. Looks like it hasn't eaten in a long time. Hey, Zuko, how you doing, buddy? Zuko, thank you very much. Zuko's another St. Louis streamer, buddy. Let's see what Zuko is up to. The Zuko, the one and only. Doing some Fortnite tonight, bud? Zuko, are you at the Science Center tonight, dude? I know there's a number of St. Louis homies, that are doing an in-person extreme extravaganza at the St. Louis Science Center, which is really cool because I saw Mike was posting about it. Oh, you're having to wrap up early, Zuko? Oh, that's a shame. But if you, I mean, of course, if you want to resume later, you know, that'd be an option too. I'm a little bit surprised. It's only 4:30. Oh, although I know some of you guys started a lot earlier, whereas I started much later in the afternoon. Gotta pack up for now. Of course, Zuko. I appreciate the raid, buddy. 'Cause, yeah, like I said, yeah, the St. Louis Science Center thing was going on today. A little bit surprised they're ending early, but since they start, I think they probably started at like 8 a.m. There's a good chance that they've got other stuff they need to prep for. Another normal fish. I've lost my appetite for fish for now. So we still need some kind of meat lure, some kind of meat sinking. Oh, there it is. There it is. Perfect. So let's see if we can get this bad boy. Once we get this, we'll be able to reach the key. And Timmy. Oh man, Zuko just raided. Now Timmy's raiding. Thank you, buddy. Lots of raids today. Thank you very much, Tim. Tim, how was the Science Center stuff, bud? Because yeah, Zuko just raided, said he's got to hop off for now. Timmy says, it wasn't planned, I promise. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I saw that, yeah, you were doing some streams from the Science Center, so was Zuko. I think Merhap Time Zone, Ellen, and, oh gosh, Kelsey, I think? Geekishly. They'll always be Oko and Geekishly to me. But anyway, yeah, I saw they were doing some stuff in the Science Center too. I hope it was good. I'm sorry to hear that you're having to wrap up early, but if you want to, obviously, you can always just continue more streamings afterwards. We're doing horror games today. This is kind of a campy horror game called Earl's Day Off, made by the same developer of Faith, the Unholy Trinity. And I'm really having a hard time reaching this meat chunk. I need to catch this meat chunk so that I can attach it to my lure so that it can sink deeper and catch other fishies and other strange and menacing things. But it's a little bit hard to see it. Guitar Hero time, which is good. Excellent. Got no complaints from my Guitar Hero. Wait, was it like... Did you get complaints previously? Like if it was too loud or something? Oh, were we gonna land right on top of it? Not quite. Can we like lure it into it? Or reel it in? The clickety-clacks. Yeah, the plastic clickety-clackers. Right. I think I've heard of people, and you probably know a lot more about this than I would, Mr. Timmy. Is there like a thing that people sometimes do to like Guitar Hero controllers to dampen the clickety-clacks? Or I know people have hardware mods for the drum sets. Where'd the thing go? Where'd the meat chunk go? There it is. There's like mods you can do for the drum sets to make less noise, because the drum sets for, I guess, Rock Band are like very loud. Oh, at Moonbase. Wow, I remember the Moonbase days, man. Those were good times. We got the meat chunk, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, so it was a bit much. Yeah, I guess if it's going on for hours and hours, I could kind of see it. Yeah, it's ASMR though. It's part of the experience, man. It's like, here, I've got a GameCube controller in hand. Like, do you know if you ever go to a Smash tourney, or even if you're just playing for funsies, you're just playing Smash with the boys, with the homies, and you're like, or maybe you're not even playing, maybe you're just sitting next to somebody, and next to them, all you hear is this. If you're hearing that, you're probably seated next to a fox main. Probably a sweaty-ass fox main who's just doing this, just going ba 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 ba, like they're doing the dash dance over and over again. Data Pryor says it's part of the experience. I'm with you, bud. I'm with you. You're in the Smash. Oh, well, perfect, Timmy. Yeah, you're in the green room, so yeah, of course. That's probably all you're hearing right now. If nothing else, your plastic clickety-clacks are probably harmonizing with theirs. A large lump of flesh, by the way. This thing's pretty heavy. We can let my lure sink even deeper, so now we can reach the other fishy. Pelican says, that's how I do it, baby. That's right, Pelican. It's good to see you, Pelican. Pelican knows the gamer strats when it comes to real Smash action. Smash-tion. Let me see if I can catch this fish. This fish looks enticing. Gotta pack up. Yeah, of course, Timmy. No, like I said, I saw Zuko say he has to wrap up a little bit early. But thanks for hanging out, buddy. Might take a while to get home. Yeah, of course, man, of course. But congrats on completing the at least the day's portion of an extra life stream. I mean, you've done the extra life thing a whole bunch of times by now, so you're an old pro. But congrats on wrapping up this portion of it. And like I said, if you wanted to do more today or sometime later in the month or later in December, that's obviously active too, because there's because you know, extra life goes all year long. So if you're busy the rest of the day and you wanted to do more extra life stuff, there's nothing standing in your way. There we go. There's the fishy. We got this brick of a fish. A largemouth bass, but the mouth is too large. Well, that's just weird. All right, I'm gonna see if this is enough. That angle is looking pretty good. I don't know if this is gonna be far away enough, but the angle is looking solid. And this thing sinks pretty deep. Is it deep enough? Surely it is, right? Surely it is. The one downside, of course, is that, yeah, you have to spend a lot more time reeling it in. I'm just gonna go forward and do exactly the same thing. Because I want to see just how far enough away we are. I'm a little bit concerned I'm not even seeing the key. Now, let's reel it in again. I'm worried that there's maybe something else we need to sink it even further. Even deeper, rather. I feel like I'm right over it right now. Alright, so this will be kind of a demonstration. That's not the right word, but kind of a test. Well, yeah, no, we're deep enough. We're like right over it too. So I'm gonna back up and then kind of tilt slightly to the right. So back that thing up and then boop, just a smidge. That's looking pretty good. That might just be what we needed. Oh, look at that. Are we gonna land directly on it? Like a boss? Not quite, but still. There we go, we got it. So the third gate, and of course in video game rules, these things typically work in threes. So we caught another key. Unlocks the last gate of the lake, but why would I have gone back there? And we still have not found a wedding ring. We still have not found the fish that stole our wedding ring. Which is just rude. Alright. And then, of course, it begs the question of what about that fish that we saw? Or not fish, that monster that we saw underneath our boat. Only once. We just caught one glimpse. Nowhere left to go but down, says Earl. Okay. Is there anything down there? Pretty deep. Alright, well, let's cast our line and see what we can find. This is a dead end. Oh, well, there's a hand with a ring on it. That's a little fucked up. But our hand is fine, so whose hand is that then? That's unexpected. So let's back this up. I think I need to be angled more to the left. Yeah, it's really faint. It's really hard to see. This one's gonna be a little bit harder to catch. That angle is pretty good though. So if we just get a little bit closer, I think that'll be enough. Gotta say, this is, I will say equivocally, probably in my top 10 list of horror-themed fishing games that I've ever played. I think Airdorf has the horror fishing game market pretty well cornered with this masterpiece. We get it? We got it. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to retrieve lost jewelry in the bottom of a lake, but it works for us. It says, my wife's hand, says Earl. Well, that's messed up. I need to get back to the house. All right, Earl, let's get back. because if his wife is the one who told him to get back out there to find the lost wedding ring, and he found his wife's hand in the lake, then it begs the question of what was it that told him to get his ass back here? It's a large hand, it is. And the gate closes in front of us. That's not good. Oh, what's that underneath our boat? Yes. And that's the game. It's a very weird game. It's a demo, obviously. It was, I think, yeah, it was part of a game jam. Yeah, fishing horror jam. For us to eat eggs in this fishy situation. So again, Erdorf is the same guy who made, Faith, the Unholy Trinity, which is a really cool game that we played last week and a little bit the week prior. That was a very, very Faith is a very good horror game. This one, yeah, this one was more campy and more silly. So next up, we actually have a few more games by Erdorf that I'm kind of curious about. So let's see what the info is. So yeah, so Hatching. So the next couple of games we're going to play, they're all by Erdorf, and they were all commissioned by various film studios. So this game is actually based on a Finnish horror movie, which is kind of neat. So if you enjoy... Oh, look at that. Yeah, we got some screenshots of it. I've never actually heard of the movie until this came across my radar. So I don't know what this is going to entail, but it looks fun and cutesy. But apparently it's going to get spooky and weird. St. Thomas. Oh, that sounds so fun. That sounds so cool. Comes home in February. That's exciting, Kisa. The description is already very, very pleasant. Yeah, we found an egg. It's like a Tamagotchi, right? Tamagotchi or something. Yeah, Erdorf has done commissioned games. He did one for The Wind or The Wind of the something. I can't remember. We actually played it a couple years ago on stream, but he's done a few others since. So yeah, it's like a Tamagotchi. I'm going to turn the audio down a little bit. Whoa, there's the cheer from Kisa. Thank you, Kisa. That's very generous of you. You're too kind, my friend. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I fear that it might be a little bit obnoxiously loud, which I would like to not have happen. In fact, I need to close the volume mixer. Where is it? Oddly enough, it's not in the list here. I guess I could just turn down all audio for a bit. So, yeah, it's not showing up on the list. That's a little bit strange. All right, then that begs the question of what am I supposed to do here? Just hard boil the egg? Easy peasy. Time to practice. Gymnastics, or do we hide the egg? I guess we'll do gymnastics. You're very generous, Kisa, and I hope you know, it's never about the money. It's all about just hanging out with the homies. All about just appreciating your time, my friend. Just hard boil the egg. Make a nice tasty omelet. Yeah, why do we need to hide it exactly? No time for egg. Okay. Day 2, and now it's bigger. All right. Where are we gonna hide it? Ryan says, I know exactly where to hide it. I know exactly the orifice in which to place it. I know where to hide the egg. Okay, so we have two competing theories on where to hide the egg. Ryan says nature's pocket. Kisa says another pocket, another opening. Keep egg warm. I'm gonna cut open a teddy bear. Egg is warm. All right. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting. So we tried to go to gymnastics. We said no time for egg. And now we're keeping it warm. So you can hide it and keep it warm if it is in your butt. That's correct. I'm going to stay with egg. I think we're going to ignore gymnastics. Egg is huge. Egg is mine. Okay. Okay, and then... Oh, I should probably change the category. Who's this lady? Am I supposed to tap her? Mother is angry. Well, I hate it when that happens. Mother is jealous of the egg. She's missing out. You must win. Okay. That was good. Good and ominous. We're both thinking about... Okay, so we have multiple butt enthusiasts then. Give it to a cat. I think if you give an egg to a cat, if it's on like a counter, the cat's just gonna smack it off and break it. I hear a sound. I name her Ollie. She's beautiful. It's the most logical place. I enthuse about the butt, as you should. As you very well should. And then what the fuck is this thing? It keeps making noises. Oh gosh. How do I make it shut up? The joy of having a baby is now it won't make noise. It won't stop making noises. She seems sad. Do we go to gymnastics or do we bathe it? Let's bathe it, and now it is purring. Okay. It is purring, allegedly. It's a little raven friend. Just put the hatched bird in the butt. Everything goes in the butt. With enough enthusiasm. He's hungry. Let's feed him. He seems happy. Okay. See, now I'm kind of curious about this movie. I suspect it's probably a slightly higher fidelity than a Tamagotchi. Slightly. Supposed to ignore the bird, but Ollie loves me, Kisa. No one else understands me. I am her mother. That's right. I'm your mommy, Ollie. Or Allie, maybe? If it was pronounced Ali, it'd be fabulous she. From La Babwa. Mother is angry. You're a loser? Fuck you, mom. Uh-oh. What's happening then? Does this mean did she like kill the bird? I don't know what this face is. It's also I'm also not sure like when I'm supposed to click. Found a beak. Where is uh-oh. Okay. And then there's this ominous silhouette. Kill the mom. Shake the that's the way to make it calm down. There we go. That's how to make it quiet. What is this? Are you Allie? No, you're something else. She looks like me? Oh my. It's a dated reference. I'll admit, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. What happened to the fish, Elgaso? So we caught several fish, and then we found more gates, and then we found more keys, and we had to get more meat lumps to weigh our lure. And then at the end, we found our wife's hand severed with a wedding ring on it, and we tried to go back. The final gate closed in front of us, and the monster underneath our boat appeared once more, and that was the end of the game. Speaking of the end of the game, that's it. That's the end of the game. So really short, little weird horror game. Again, I'm kind of curious about this. I'd never heard of the movie, but it's called Hatching. It's a Finnish horror movie, so a little bit of some deets about that one. So kind of neat. Kind of neat and kind of creepy. But yeah, that's Hatching in a nutshell. Got a few more from Airdorf. Again, they'll be similarly short, I do believe. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the game. Let's see what this is all about. I think this one might also be based on a movie or something. She nailed it. Agreed. Very much agreed. The funny numbers on your credit card. Another day, another dollar. Check on the beehives, he says. Yeah, don't forget the wacky few digits on the back. No. It needs to be your mom's credit card, Gabi. Then and only then will it truly work. Check on the bees and see if their honeycombs are ready. I'll need to go find my bee suit before I can get close enough to the hives. Should be in my shed around here somewhere. All right. Turn honeycomb into honey. Well, I think I need to find the shed first, don't I? This can't possibly go wrong. All right, we don't want to go in there. Not just yet. And honeycomb into honey. Yeah, we need the stuff first. Oh, Game Trader, thank you once again for another very, very generous cheer. Thank you, my friend. Holy moly, that's nice. Thank you, Game Trader. Again, Game Trader, for those who don't know, I got to meet them at the Missouri GameCon not too long ago. And it was a few months ago during the summer. And they pop in from time to time. And they also throw some very generous cheers. So thank you, Game Trader. That's so kind. That is very, very generous. Never something I ever expect or that I'm ever, like, anticipating. But, of course, it is appreciated. It's very, very nice. Got the master key. Well, this... I mean, I know it's just our suit. Yeah, that's our bee suit. This will protect me from getting stung by the bees. We look like an alien. I can get close enough to collect the honeycomb. Happy extra life. Well, thank you, Game Trader. Great day for the kids. It already is, man. It already is, and you were a very, very important contributor to that, and I appreciate that, my friend. So let's collect the honey. All right, we got the honey. Everyone looks happy and healthy. And look at that honeycomb. Now I can take this back to the house to turn it into liquid gold. Delicious. Oh. There's something there. Did you see that? Now, am I allowed to grab more in a single bunch? I suppose I can. Look at this guy. See this guy right down here? In the bottom left? One of the bees died. That's nature, I guess. Makes me feel nostalgic for games I don't enjoy, Gavi. I mean, this reminds me a lot of, again, the game we played last week, Faith. And of course, it's the same developer. Why is my bee missing her... Wait, why is my bee missing her head, he says. Interesting, the one that was dead. So, again, two silhouettes of things flying away. I can see two dead bees, both missing heads. More dead bees. These bees have been beheaded too. Who could have done this, or what could have done this? Flashbacks of not knowing what was happening. I understand. This time it was 3 of them. Probably 3 dead bees. Beheaded game trader. Gosh darn it. Only actually 4 of them dead this time. Half of the colony has been slaughtered. Something is wrong. I have a sick feeling about this. Why are my bees being beheaded? That's the last of the hives for now. Let's take it back to the house. Get back around to this side. Turn the honeycomb into honey. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to go to the last hive all the way north past the gate. It should be open for now. Alright, well. I'm sure nothing bad will happen now. Bees are adorable. They are nice. Honeybees especially are very pleasant. Last hive is through here. I hope nothing happened to this one too. I'm sure it'll be fine. My family relies on the honey these bees make. Each one is like family to us. So what he's saying is that we've just saw 6 family members get beheaded earlier. And there's a silhouette of a hornet flying that way. A whole bunch from this time. Is this gonna turn into my girl? Ooh, it's getting loud. I'm gonna turn that audio down a little bit. Getting angry. I think that is a sign that the swarming is getting closer. Oh, now it's quiet. Okay. Now is it all dead? They're all dead. All beheaded. It says, oh my god, the whole colony. Thousands of my bees beheaded. What monster could have done this? Wait a gosh darn second. What's that buzzing sound? Oh boy. Is that the end of the game? Is that the end? Yeah, that's the end. Okay, so really short. Really short and bite-sized. Be afraid? Are you kidding me? Ridiculous. So it was developed by Torpelduke, but it was directed by Erdorf. So Erdorf was still involved with it. They got us. Yeah, there was no escaping the murder hornets that time. Yeah, that was it. Real short and sweet.